Alright, what's going on everybody? Jason from Toadstool Gardens, and I'm going to show you how to revive your overwintered pepper plants. So I got a few right here to show you. I've got a Vortex that I already did yesterday, so you know, a lot of people are going to have plants that look like that, really sparly leaves, and some will grow a little fuller. Another thing a lot of people miss when they're bringing in overwintered plants is you'll get a dry spot in between your pot and your soil, and a lot of times when you give it a little bit of water, that'll go right down the sides and the roots will actually not get anything. But I got a few right here. I'm going to show you what I do. Basically all I do is I'm going to rough up the soil just a little bit on top, not too much, and I'm going to use some composted cow manure. And that is a really low analysis. It's like a 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. So it's gonna feed them just a little tiny bit. So what I do is I take a good handful and I just sprinkle it right on the top of the soil, just so you get about a ½ inch of new composted manure. Now this stuff is awesome. This is called Wonder Blend, and it's from a company called Creekside in Hutchinson, Minnesota. So if you're looking for that, check that out. Now you want to rough up the rest about an inch down with that composted manure. Then you want to spread it all around. You also want to start pruning at this point, so you can see these stems are a little bit higher than I probably need them to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those down another ½ inch or so, and you want to cut it at a 45-degree angle so water does not have a chance to land on top of that cut and start drying out the stem. Alright, these smaller ones I'm going to take way back. Alright, there's one. Here's one I did yesterday. He's already looking pretty good. We'll do this Jacaroca here. Don't forget to put your tags back in. And this guy's flowering like crazy, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to pluck a few of these bigger ones off. I'll leave some of the ones that are just starting to form because they're going to be in the greenhouse now and it won't get below probably 55, 60 in here for the rest of the year. Just let the plant concentrate on vegetative growth just a little bit more until I let them start fruiting. So you want to make it semi-uniform, so this guy definitely needs to come back a little bit. That looks a lot better. Just taking that one branch off. I am going to take these older dead branches back. Just make sure you're not cutting off huge new stems and new growth, but they will benefit from clipping those back a little bit. If anything, it'll just entice growth a little more. Alright. We got our compost. That looks good. We'll rough it up and get it going in there. Now after you put the compost in, I don't feed these plants for probably 35 to 45 days after this, because this will just be plenty for them to get that little bit of a jump start after being overwintered. Good. Alright, so on this guy, he has been pretty dormant all year. So all I do on my overwinter peppers is I put them by an east-facing window, and they get sun, you know, maybe 3 hours a day, 2.5 hours a day, you know, direct sunlight through the window, but most of it's, you know, incandescent. So you can see that this thing's just starting to leaf out. So this thing will definitely benefit from a major cutback. This will definitely entice it to grow some more. Start pushing out new leaves. And again, try not to make that cut flat. Ooh, that one's a little big for my little guy pruner. A mustard T-Rex. Alright, that's looking a lot better. Look at our compost. Start sprinkling around. Now, you don't have to use composted manure. I also use just regular compost from my, you know, my compost bin, which also works, but I really like this manure. It seems to jumpstart the plants and get them to want to start growing from being dormant all winter. Mix that in. Alright, so after you got your clipping done and you got your manure mixed in, you want to give these a good watering. And make sure you don't fertilize for like another 30 days. I mean, it's okay to put a little bit of maybe some wood ash or bone meal in there for calcium, but after the manure, that's about as far as I'd go for about 30 days or so. Well, there you have it. That's how I revive my overwintered pepper plants. A lot of these guys will be pushing out pods in the next 4 weeks or so. But, you know, don't feel discouraged if you lose some during the winter. I always lose some. Like this year I started with 40 and I think I ended up with 28. So, you know, it's a give and take, and some pepper plants, they just, you know, they don't like to be overwintered. And I'm the kind of person that doesn't like, you know, putting them under lights and stuff. I just don't think it's worth it. But yeah, that's how I revive mine. Check it out, like and subscribe. See you next time.